Looks like we'll be doing a new engine on this car soon.
Hang on a minute. No. But look how well looked after he is. It's one owner. He's had this since new. You know, what makes you think we're going to have a new engine? What, something to do with a Steinbauer chip over this side of the picture?
There's extra connections that I don't like.
Yeah, those ones in the middle there. Well, funny you say that, actually, because I was about to do a video on this car. We could really have some fun because a few people are seeing other things in the picture as well. You know what I mean? And it just demonstrates between these things, you know, that, you know, people don't really watch that many videos, or some people don't. I mean, you know, that last one I pointed at, you can have one if you like. It might cause some problems. It probably won't. And it will clean your fuel, but it won't solve any of your problems. So therefore, it's a waste of money. What I've got to say is, though, this is a one-owner vehicle. He looks after it and he works on it himself. It's really clean. We've just done a BFE on it, so it's even cleaner. But everything else he does himself. And as much as there's a lot of wiring and it's a bit untidy, at least there's split tubing on everything. That's really good. And this bracket here, it looks like he's made for the fuel filter. Like, I can grab that. There's a bit of movement there, but there's a bracket, there's a steel rod that goes down from here straight down into one of the existing holes. It's actually really good, you know, the thought he's put into it. But I've got another customer arriving any moment, so we're going to have to wrap this one up soon. We'll add a little bit more to it. Don't go anywhere yet. Subscribe, turn the bell on, and when you hear another 1KD, that's me being out of here for a minute. But look, it's done 300,000 kilometers, okay? 300,000 Ks, and the injectors have not been replaced. And it's got a Steinbauer chip that he put on within about a year of getting the vehicle. So what I'd like to say is, he first contacted me in May 2020, telling me he's got a 2014 Prado 150, that's this one. At the time it had done 190,000 Ks, obviously with the chip. Okay, I need to change the transmission oil, replace the injector, and replace the injector. He actually put it to me, but it's still not done. Absolutely amazing. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, well, I'll deal with this other one and we'll get back to you soon. Anyway, long story short, he's contacted me again in November, and at 300,000 Ks, that's now, and like to get the timing belt and all that related work. That's the BFE job for people that don't, so that's what it's here for, and it's just amazing. Anyway, he contacted me to for the BFE, and of course I looked at the messages and I said, so what about the injectors? What happened with that sort of thing, And he said, no, he hasn't changed them since we last talked. Was a bit surprised about that, but I didn't realise it had a Steinbauer chip. So, well, some people are thinking, hang on, wasn't it chips that, you know, big contributors to cracking pistons? And that is correct. So what did I say? I said, look, I hope you got 15 grand, because at the end of the day, if you don't change the injectors, it's kind of inevitable unless you get lucky. But I've got to say, there's a lot of luck involved with this one, because as you can see, the chip's here, and you can see it's all connected up here. He did it himself. It's really neat, actually. Really neat job for the work he's done himself. One owner, had it since new, obviously done all the fit out, I think, and all the modifications and all this stuff, and it's just really neat and clean. I mean, as much as these things aren't necessary on these engines in particular, and can cause some, you know, issues with things, but not necessarily, whatever, you know, each to their own. Bit of a contraption just in the way of things. It's just really clean. Everything's original. He does the coolant. I don't know about the brake fluid. It looks pretty old and dirty. But look at the wiring. Oh, can you see that? Where it's... I need to just about get you in there. Where he's done the wires, mate. Look, there's loops going up and there's a nice neat zip tie on top. It's actually a really good job that he's done. But what I was saying before, it looks like he's made this bracket, or at least added, there's a metal support going down here. The extra fuel filter certainly cleans the fuel, but it could have some starting or stalling issues. There's these sharp hose clamps. They're really sharp on the corner there, here and here. So when, if we were to ever work on it and do the injectors, then risks, we just rip all this out of the way. A little bit extra work, so, you know, costs you a little bit of money in the long term. But I'm just impressed with just how shiny and clean. Let me bring you in here after I finish telling you the rest of the story. And you want to know, well, if chips are so bad, why has this done 300,000? And that's exactly my point. Was any of these cars done 300,000? Well, you know, they're bloody good engines for a start, and The sun's starting to come out. It's getting bright out here. I think I need to put a hat on. But let's get in and have a closer look at this thing so I can get out of the sun, because this one's outside. Just have a look, right? Catch can. It's on a little bracket there. If you actually went on corrugations, that'd probably rip things to pieces. See how clean it is? It's not an outback trip vehicle. It's not a towing a caravan around Australia vehicle. So I think you've sort of found some of your answer to the question, because it's a combination of old flogged injectors, chips, tunes, and then you've got to put it to the test. It hasn't really been put to the test. He probably works a lot. He probably works 5 days a week. He probably drives across the other side of town. He probably does, I don't know, nearly 1,000 Ks a week, just going to work and back and other running around, which if you add it up over 6 years, that's 300,000 Ks. And it's a 2014. So even if I'm wrong, I'm going to guess that this vehicle probably goes to work more than it goes to a lot of other places. Do you know what I mean? Have a look at the water meter at the wire. See, he's got the loop going up there. Nice neat zip tie. I've seen a lot worse installations. Right, so he really looks after the car, so that's what he's got going for him. This thing, one day when we do the injectors, we will see what the valve clearances are. So watch this video, like, subscribe and turn the bell on, because you don't want to miss when I start a video and say, hey, remember that car with the chip and the catch can? He's finally here for the injectors, and he's going to sell the catch can on some other Facebook group for a couple $100 and chip for $1,000, the one that was 1,500, sell it for 1,000 and put some money towards the injectors. Might even sell the fuel filter and the bracket for a couple $100, and guess what, your injectors are getting really cheap all of a sudden, and you've certainly got better chances of it continuing to last. But I've got to say, at 300,000 Ks, it is amazing. With this, since almost new as well, about a year later, I think he said he put it on, that it hasn't had problems. But it just goes to show there's a lot of people that are lucky. So it doesn't happen to everyone. And just because it doesn't happen to everyone, and people that comment whatever, oh yeah, I've got one, it's fine, doesn't cause any problems, it doesn't mean because this one's okay, most of them are going to be okay. That's not what it means. So what it means is when there's a cracked piston, a lot of them have got chips, tunes, remaps. At least 50% or more these days. I'd probably say it's more like 70%, because a lot of people know there's a big awareness about injectors needing to be changed so that they're working in peak condition. But anyway, see what I mean? See this, he's put a solid steel bar and it goes down, see where it mounts down there. So, you know, it's not rubbing on the fuel filter, but I just thought that was cool. He's got this bracket over here going back to there, right? So, probably, is that enough? Yeah, that's enough. So that stops from back and forward, but not so much up and down. But this one a little bit with the up and down. But yeah, so very interesting to but see what I mean about these clamps, they can be ultra, you know, if you pull yourself across that, that'll be, yeah, you'll get cut open on these sorts of things. They're terrible. So really, the automatic, what do you call them, these self-tensioning clamps that Toyota use are awesome. It's not a high pressure situation here. Put it in the comments, people. What are these clamps called? There's a name for them. One of my moments. But anyway, we've had a bit of a look around. Yep, it's amazing. It's really clean. 300,000 Ks. Look at this E-jar cooler. It's never been off-road. It looks like it's done. You could bring this into me and say, if it didn't have a catch can, a chip, and all that, this engine bay, you could say to me it's done 10,000 Ks, and I'd believe you. It's that bloody clean. It's amazing. Anyway, people, like I said, subscribe, turn the bell on, and we'll catch you on the next video. See ya.